Welcome dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the private company's definition and the explanation regarding what is the exact meaning of the private company. The definition of private company had been given in section 2 subsection 68 of the Companies Act 2013. Section 2 subsection 68. See, section 2 subsection 68 says that where a company by its articles, in case if you look at the provisions, this is the Bayer Act, it is not taken from any author's book, it is absolutely a Bayer Act. Section 2 subsection 68 says that when an articles of association restricts the transferability of the shares. Let me explain you what do you mean by restriction on the transferability of the shares. See, here the word used is restriction, but not prohibition. Prohibition means 100% not allowed. Restriction means the transferability is still allowed, but few of conditions are there. The main and foremost important condition is after taking place of the transaction, that means after the transfer, the company is not prejudicial, the companies will not be tampered. This is the one of the most important conditions that one must have to be fulfilled. Let me put together what do you mean by it. Say for example, right now there is ABC Private Limited Company. In that ABC Private Limited Company already there are 198 members. That means how many persons or to how many members there is a space? Only 2 members space is there. That means still 2 members can enter, can subscribe to the shares of the company, because the maximum number of members to a private company is 200, what we are going to discuss in the next condition. Already this company is having 198 members. Now Mr. Mukund or Mr. Mukesh, who is a shareholder and having the shareholding of rupees 50 lakhs in a company. Now he wants to dispose of his shareholding. That means he wants to sell his shareholdings. In case if the transaction had happened, out of 198, Mukesh will go out. How many of persons or members are there in the company still? 197. But the shares of Mr. Mukesh or shareholding of Mr. Mukesh is going to be taken by 5 other persons, not a single person or 2 or 3, because these 5 other persons which are individuals, not combinedly, individually 5 other persons who showed interest and purchased the shares from Mr. Mukesh. Now what will happen, you have to see. After cessation of the membership of Mr. Mukesh, the total number of members in the company is 197. By adding 5 other persons to the company as their members, this comes to 203 3 memberships, which is not allowed under 2013 Act. Why? Because the maximum number of members to be allowed in a private company is only 200. In this case, it is not at all possible to allow this transaction. Hence, without prejudicial to the interests of the company, Mukesh may transfer his shares. Let me move forward this same example. In case if Mukesh wants to dispose of his shares to 2 persons, yes, this is the case 1. In case 1, Mukesh is going out, comes 197, 2 persons are taking, yes, totally 199 persons, which is below the 200, hence this case is allowed, he can transfer. Case 2. In this case, Mukesh is going out 197. Only one person is purchasing the shares, hence 1 added, because Mukesh is going out and one person is adding, totally comes around 198. This is also allowed. Until and unless the number of members comes together 200, the transaction is allowed. But here in this case, in the first example, the total number of members crossed 200, which is absolutely not allowed by the Companies Act 2013. This is how exactly the restriction works out. It is not a prohibition. Bear in mind, students. It is a restriction. Nice. The second condition here is, except in case of a one-person company. We will discuss what do you mean by the one-person company in the later stage. Except in case of one-person company, the number of members should not exceed 200. Here, the number of members are not supposed to increase more than 200. See, the underlined and font changed condition, 200. Provided, you must have to observe here, provided that where are 2 or more persons are holding 1 or more shares in a company jointly, whereas 2 or more persons are taking 1 or more shares in a company jointly, they shall be treated as a single membership. They shall be treated as a single membership. Let me put together by taking an example. What do you mean by this? Example here, ABC Private Limited is already having 198 shareholders. That means nothing but members. How many persons are allowed to be the members still? 2 persons are allowed. This is the allowed number. Now, K, L, M. 3 persons are individually. There are individuals and coming together to purchase the shares in a private limited company. Take it as case 1. Whether it is allowed or not. Absolutely not allowed. Why? Because already 198 are there. In case if we allow these 3 persons, it reaches to 201, which is prohibited. But assume here K, L, M are brothers, blood related. Their father wanted to purchase shares in the in his son's name combinedly. That means jointly. Now the shares, whether it is a one share that had been taken, two shares that had been taken, or how many shares that is respective, the total shareholding will be registered in the name of three persons jointly. In such a case, whether the number of memberships are taken as 1 or 3, here in this case the joint shareholding will be treated as only 1. That means what? Already we are having 198 members in the company. Now, even though the shares had been registered in the joint name of KLM, the property owners, the title owners are 3. Here that will be taken as 1 membership only. That will be taken as 1 membership only. Hence it comes around 199, which is still allowed. This is how exactly what is the provision says. Now, if you look at the provision again, the provision says that 1 or more shares, if holding by 2 or more persons jointly, that should be treated as the single membership.